welcome to another episode of In Your Neighborhood. I'm your host, Jennifer Wakeman. Our first stop this evening takes us to Lewisburg, where athletes of all ages are swimming, biking, and running at a really terrific community event. Check this out. More than 500 people competed in the two triathlons, which challenge athletes in 3 legs of competition.
It starts out with a swim, and it's a 300-yard swim, and that is 6 laps, 12 lengths of the pool. And then it proceeds to the bike course, which has changed every year, but it's about 14 to 15 miles. This year it's 15. And then it finishes with a 3.1 or 5K run.
For adults, this distance is considered a sprint triathlon. For the kids, the distances vary for each age group. One of the most appealing things about these events is that the distances are attainable across a wide range of fitness levels. Tara Michaels is the woman behind the idea of a Lewisburg Triathlon.
The inaugural event was in 2006, and I had completed a triathlon in Mount Gretna, got the Nerve Triathlon with Team in Training, and it was so fun. And I thought, hey, let's do it in Lewisburg.
The first year, 199 racers signed up, and the number has now grown to 373 for the 2009 event. Word of mouth has been an excellent source of marketing for the Lewisburg Triathlon. Racers have come from Maryland, Delaware, and Illinois to take part in the race, and this year, one participant came all the way from California to do the triathlon with his daughter, who is a professor at Bucknell University. People of all skill levels and ages take part in the event, including William Shoemaker, who at 76 is the oldest participant this year. Retired from the Department of Welfare, Shoemaker was encouraged by folks in his spinning class at the YMCA to try his hand at the Lewisburg Triathlon.
I just keep active and have for years, and I try to just keep at it, that's all, because I figure if I don't do a lot of physical activities, I'll just tighten up and won't be able to do anything.
Shoemaker has gone beyond keeping active, as this is his 3rd year in the triathlon. He's not the only one who's been bitten by the triathlon bug. Dr. Larry Winans of Winfield, whose first triathlon was right here in Lewisburg, has gone on to compete in the Ironman Triathlon in Louisville, Kentucky. But it was some encouragement from his son that caused him to take on another challenge closer to home.
The Lara event here was my first one, and I absolutely was so totally hooked and loved it, and have gone on to do several other events. But in preparing for the second one, I was talking with my son, and he said, well, why can't I do a triathlon? And I said, well, they don't have any kids ones around. And he looked at me and says, why don't you put it on? I said, hey, that sounds like a great idea. So I talked with Tara about it, because obviously with her extreme managerial skills and direction, this would not be possible. And I thought, I would love to do this and love to sponsor it as something good to do for the community and to get kids outside and active and give them something to shoot for that was certainly attainable. So we have gone through a lot of kind of growing pains and changing things, and every year we really expect it to get better. And the attendance, I think speaks for itself, how it's gone up. The first year when we were talking about this, we had realistically expected maybe 40 kids, and we get like 75. And the second year, 117, and now 150. So it's just fantastic that we're able to put this together for the community and get kids out and give them something to do. It's really fun and exciting.
Part of the challenge of a triathlon is transitioning from one leg of the event to another. For the adult race, each transition occurred in the parking lot next to the Lara skating rink. Here, towels, bikes, and running shoes were ready and waiting. Serious triathletes will tell you that a race can be won or lost in the transition. To be certain the timing is accurate, every racer in both the kids and the adult event are chip timed. A timing chip strapped around their ankle sends a signal to the Score This computer each time a racer crosses a timing mat. Printouts show the breakdown of scores for each leg and then the total time. We caught up with Matthew Stevens of Lewisburg, who was the first to cross the finish line on Saturday morning.
I started off as a runner in high school, then I ran for Princeton, and I started working at Bucknell, so I've kind of gotten into the biking and the swimming too. So right now I'm comfortable with all 3 of them.
Okay. Stevens participates in 4 to 5 sprint triathlons each summer and has been doing so since he was a teenager. He was pleased with his performance this year in Lewisburg.
It was great, actually. I've been kind of having a rough season. This was the first race where I felt really good on the bike and made a good run too. So happy to say I felt really good out there today.
Both Michaels and Winans agree that an event of this size could not be done without community support, not only in terms of dollars, but also time.
We have almost 70 volunteers for the adult race, and that has grown exponentially every year. We have a lot of returning volunteers as well, which is so nice.
As it grows, and I think as people come and experience the event, they think, geez, I want to be a part of this. I want to help this happen. And it's such a fun thing for the community to imagine that there are 500 or 600 people here on a Friday night doing something in Lewisburg that's healthy and a good activity. So it's not just myself, but a lot of people have come on board and helped out, and especially the volunteers, because it's something to do for kids. And who wouldn't want to do something to help kids? And once you see the looks on their faces and the excitement, and I think that's kind of feeding on itself and building, and more people want to come help out, and it's tremendously appreciated. We do need it.
Volunteers like Beth Fauble, the run course coordinator, are stationed throughout the running and biking routes.
And they clap, they yell, they tell them, and some of them have their mile marks, so they know if you're at your first mile, second mile, third mile. Just there for encouragement.
More than 1,000 people gathered around St. Mary's Street Park over the 2 days, and it was exciting to see so many people taking part in such a unique event. For more information about the Lewisburg Triathlon or to volunteer for next year's event, you can visit them online at lewisburgtriathalon.com. Coming up after the break, we're going back to the Montour Preserve, and I'm going to learn how to windsurf. Stick around.